when Twyla was here, not last, but the time before, and we commissioned her to do that work. It's about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And what happened is there was a problem with the sound. In the middle of this wonderful solo, the curtain starts to slowly come down. And I thought it was a spectacular ending. Now, after, Twyla was fit to be tied because there was a whole last section, which was a real up section, you know? And she was cursing the sound system, cursing everybody working at ADF, cursing me, cursing everything. And I had two friends in the back of the car, and I was to take her someplace, and she's in the front seat carrying on. And we're still in the lot next to the theater. And I just said, Twyla, here's a match. Go burn down the theater. There was Laura Dean and two other women with her, spinning for 40 minutes. I can't remember, or was it 60 minutes? 40 to 60 minutes. And I can't remember if there was an intermission or not, because what I do remember is if we started with 100 people watching it, when it was over, there might have been 20 or 30 left. But what I remember is sitting there thinking, when is this going to be over? When is this going to be over? And all of a sudden I'm thinking, the other two are much better dancers than Laura, but Laura's kind of interesting, and not being a very good dancer, I thought it was kind of interesting, and she was kind of moving at a different rate. I don't think she wanted to, but it seemed to be. They were just three in place spinning. And I thought, am I going to get dizzy? And then, after I hung out for past halftime, so to speak, I felt all of that, in a sense, negative energy of when are we going to get there, Daddy? When is this going to be over? Relax, and started to get into their incredible individuality as they were spinning, and started noticing little things. And then even that melded into more of a, I must say, almost of a spiritual trip, of a calmness that happened to me, and an awareness of something of which I didn't know what it was about, that awareness, that they gave me. So I thought I learned a hell of a lesson with Laura Dean. And then of course she took that spinning, and then, which to her was taking everything down to its barest necessity. And then she started to build on it and make works which for me are kind of all-time rituals. They could have been a ritual 200 years ago as well as 200 years from now. That there's that essence of it. And it's very peaceful and beautiful for me. It's very relaxing. I mean, why I am the way I am.
Yeah.
I don't know, why are you the way you are? I think it has to do with maybe you growing up in Weaverville. I grew up in Chatham, New Jersey, which was a nice suburban bedroom for New York City, where it was very much a WASP small town. Knowing that I was always different because I was Jewish, knowing that as nice as some of those people were, I was never part of it, maybe gave me the underdog basis of my existence, my being, which has always been a very strong motivating point for me. Maybe my early attractions to dance, without even knowing it, seems when my memories of my dance experiences as a child are very strong. Knowing that my really first heavy dance immersion, which was with Bournonville, always appreciating it, but never really felt I wanted to be a part of it. And then discovering that modern dance was there and feeling lit up in my guts in a way I've never been lit up before. That this was just, in a sense, and always with my viewpoint that the gods on earth were the choreographers. The great choreographers are the gods. I wouldn't want to live with any of them more than 24 hours. But that these are the people who are creating a heritage which will be part of our civilization forever. This is the religion aspect. This is the immortality of it all. And that while I knew that I would never be that, let alone a dancer, I would have loved to have been. I didn't know you could be a dancer when I was growing up. I mean, I knew that people dance, but I didn't know you could be a dancer. And being in this revolutionary art form, underground art form, that this was a cause which fed me where maybe religion might feed other people. I loved it because it wasn't logical. There wasn't a one and one is two aspect to it. There wasn't a clear-cut answer that one and one is two. That it had to do with an area that we all have, but find it difficult to explain because it's the nonverbal part of our, it's the feeling part of our life. And so that you can feel it without being able to express it. And that seemed to me to be the way that I was and that I am. So, and I never went through a thinking process because of, gee, this is what I really want to do, or I want to be the best manager, or I want to be the best booker, or I want to be whatever. It was just like, this is right here. I could feel it in my stomach. This is what I'm supposed to do with my life.